before you're tapping in. As y'all know, today is day 200 and I think 7 or 208 of evolving into a star seed. I want to thank you all for joining me here on the channel, helping me get closer and closer to my goal of 10K subscribers. Y'all are dope for that. More importantly, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers. So, I mean, of course, we're going to celebrate the little wins. We're halfway there. We're more than halfway there. And I'm excited to say that once I get to 1,000, I can finally start monetizing. So every subscription that I get throughout each live helps. Without further ado, let's jump into the topic today. So, are you truly healing or are you masking? And the question is, does your moral viewpoint and your religious standpoint affect, excuse me, y'all, because I have this weird stalker guy that keeps on like third eyeing me. He's like banging the shit out of my forehead, and it's really throwing me off because like people really can't appreciate other people just seeing things differently. So we're just going to allow, right? Allow other people to see things differently because we don't control everyone. That's not our job, right? Okay. So, like I was saying, do your moral views and your religious standpoints affect your ascension process? So a lot of us are ascending into our highest being, our highest self. And when you ascend to your highest self, that's when you end up getting a job that's more related to your soul's purpose. You're not out here getting a job just because of the fact that it makes you a lot of money. You're not buying a house to fit in. When you're ascending, it doesn't literally mean like, okay, we're all going to become spirits and everything that is not a spiritual thing is going to disappear. I mean, to some people, that is what it means. Because like, for instance, one girl I follow that I align with, she was saying, excuse me, that keeps happening ever since I ended up sleeping in Kensington. That's disgusting. So one girl, she was saying that, hold on. Ever since she's been hearing things about inflation, things of the sort, she's saying she's not seeing that in her reality because she's only making more money than she knows that she can even afford to, spend. Like she's just making buku money because of the work that she does. It's completely out of alignment with the everyday, typical, I guess, flow of America per se. So what she's got going on, is more along the lines of light code language, helping people find their soul's purpose so that they can step into their soul's journey and really embody, actual ascension and enlightenment and actual peace and abundance on earth. Because a lot of us will get to a place where we're making a lot of money and we're doing a lot, but no one's actually doing what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So you might be sitting here like, okay, I got this job, I make this money, but then you go home every day and you're like, bro, I don't really want to wake up to go to work tomorrow. And what's up, you guys? That's not necessarily the position or place that I want us to be in, But let's think about this. If we want to have a job where we're actually going to be happy if we want to have a job where we're not stressing every day, we would have to actually be happy and know what it is that we want to do with our job. Wow. So this is weird. This guy who's just like being weird, he just popped up again, right? And I just felt this weird feeling in my uterus because, I have a menstrual cup in, and I felt my menstrual cup slide out of place because, people be doing mental magic to people's private parts, but it's okay. Like they said, women, we have control of our bodies. So if we say no, the answer is no. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I don't know what the heck that was because that was the weirdest feeling ever. But in a space where we're building out our own private consciousnesses and our own private realities, because that's the whole point of having your own private brain and finding people who think like you versus trying to make people think like you or versus trying to be like a weirdo following people around and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel really weird right now. This is really awkward. But anyway, let's just act like it's not happening. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to find people that think like you. Instead of trying to make people think like you or make people join your team, you're going to find people naturally that are in the same headspace as you. And that's how you build out your own reality. And that's what we're all attempting to do. Finding people that think like us. Like, who were you when you were 7 years old? Were you the artist over there in the corner painting? Were you the mathematician? Were you the scientist? Were you the freaking nerd doing all the calculations? Were you the teacher's pet? Who were you? And when you find the people who were like you back then, Now you can build your own community, your own reality. You have a good friend circle because now you're attracting people who are like you. You're not trying to fit into someone else's paradigm. You're not trying to go into somebody else's ball game and shoot their shot. You're not trying to be LeBron James. You're not trying to be Steph Curry. You're not trying to be Michael Jordan. You're just trying to be you. Okay? And that's what the ascension journey is all about. That's what the evolving into a starseed part is, because everybody actually has potential to be a starseed. It's just most people won't actually do the work to evolve into that version of themselves. Most people are so worried about chasing a check, chasing money, chasing status, chasing friend groups, chasing long hair, chasing butt shots, chasing boob implants, chasing being the perfect parent when there's no such thing as being perfect as a parent. I'm a whole mom. There's no such thing as being perfect. Like, we're just here to learn through our experience. Our kids are actually meant to teach us, first off. And that's what I've learned. That's why I had my kid at a young age. I finally realized it. So a lot of us, when we get old and we become 40, it's like, yes, now I have enough money where I can cultivate my child into the perfect prototype. Ha 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 ha. And as beautiful as that is to give a child the opportunity to be whoever you want them to be, the goal should always be to allow a child to be. What does a starseed mean? I just explained that. The goal should, well, let me finish this statement. The goal should be to get your starseed to be themselves. So a starseed essentially is a person who is their natural born self. They have the ability to reach their highest potential, which is your star level of yourself. Because, you have your Merkaba, then you have your Mercury, and you have all your other chakras in between, meaning your Venus, your Earth space, your Mars, your Jupiter, your Uranus, your Saturn, your Neptune, your Pluto, right? So to be able to be a starseed is to understand your cosmic alignment, how that pertains to your spiritual journey, your spiritual path, your birth chart, your chakras, Buddhism, and how all the religions tie into each other. Basically, being a starseed is like the understanding that you are every single thing around you and more. But the goal isn't to choose to make certain parts of you be more like the one that you want to choose the most, right? So again, go back to the first question. When you were 7 years old, who did you want to be? Were you trying to be like Mother Teresa, or were you trying to be like Megan Thee Stallion? I'm not judging either one, because no one's perfect, right? There's no such thing as perfect. However, if you don't know which one you were trying to become all along, then my friend, that's how you lose out on this game. Because if you didn't know, oh, I always wanted to be like, a dancer, or I always wanted to be an entertainer, or I always wanted to be an influencer, or I always wanted to be someone who was famous, then you have no goal, you have no pathway. And that's going to be a problem, because if you have that issue, then you have no guidance. So a lot of us, we forgot who we wanted to be when we were 7 years old. Because if you get back to that childlike nature, you never get old. So, okay, I wanted to be an artist. So then start painting more. Start braiding your hair. Be a cosmetology artist. Do something for yourself. But never, never, never forget that you have the right to become your childhood self. Matter of fact, you have the responsibility to become your childhood self and stay that childhood self. Because when you become this person that's like, oh, I'm lost in the world, I don't know what I want to do, I want to be like my dad, I want to be like my brother, I want to be like my uncle, I don't know who I want to be, I forgot because the world convinced me that I wanted to be everyone but me. That's when you lose yourself, and that's when you lose your potential to be a starseed. Because now you have lost self. And now you're trying to be like everyone else. You're becoming a mirror. Okay, I'm going to put on Megan Thee Stallion makeup today. And then why girls wear so much makeup? Then you crunch it up. Oh my God, I wore makeup. I wasn't being myself. Versus, I like makeup. I don't know who's talking about makeup, but I like wearing makeup. So if somebody got a problem with somebody wearing makeup, they need to shut the fuck up. See, when you actually are being yourself, you're going to have the confidence to actually still exude that kind of potential. Versus if you're trying to be like someone else, oh, they said something about makeup. They said something about people trying to be doctors. I'm scared. I didn't really want to be a doctor. I really wanted to be a freaking acrobat. I really wanted to be an astronaut. If you lose yourself as a 7-year-old self, you lose the ability to be confident in yourself. And that's what a lot of Americans have done to themselves. They've become a robot of something of daddy 2.0, of Uncle 2.0, of Mommy 2.0, of Baby Brother 2.0, of, I don't know, anybody but themselves. And that's when you lose your ability to be self. So when you're losing this chance to be the best version of you, you're now again losing that confidence. So that's what being a starseed is. Understanding who you were all along and never forgetting it. Never allowing anyone to take you out of that position of power. Never allowing anyone to allow you to think that you're not who you're supposed to be. Never allowing some idiot with some booty shorts on to be kicking the ground and feel like you're not who the fuck you really are. Because who is that? Like, yo, if you gotta try to kick me down, you're already small. If you gotta hurt me, you're already not moving in your own divine space. That's not starseed energy. That's lackey energy. That's bot energy. If I see somebody doing something great, I want to be like, wow, who was I when I was 7 years old? So I could get back to my childhood self. Oh, I wanted to be a freaking, I don't know, dog walker. So let me go do a business walking dogs instead of going to work and hating my job where I got to be a cybersecurity specialist, but I really don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make sure that people are actually getting jobs that they like. That's why in other countries like China, like Japan, everyone's growing up and living longer because they teach their children to be who they are from day one. They don't get to be 57 years old, 42 years old and have their first kid and say, we're going to make the prototype. Like, no, the prototype is a child that knows itself, a child that loves itself, a child that is abundantly happy and inherently itself. That is how you become a prototype. The kids that are meant to be pianists, they're meant to be pianists. Them kids that are doing Mozart work at the age of 3, 4, 5, they're meant to do that. We forget to pay attention to who our children are. We try to convince them to be something else. That's when we lose the confidence. That's what being a starseed is. So today's episode is about, are your religious beliefs and your moral beliefs stopping you from ascending? And I believe a lot of us, mommy and daddy say we got to be Jewish. Well, we use the Merkabah, the six-pointed star, Star of David. Oh, but Rabbi. Next thing you know, you realize your body's sexy. You might want to be a dancer. Now you feel like you're going to burn in hell if you go do what you want to do. And you don't, and it ain't got to be an exotic dancer. It could be like a freaking, a Redskins cheerleader or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a performer. But because you're not being yourself, sorry, y'all, we're moving into Kensington area and they're very, headstrong over here. They don't like nobody being taller than them. So if the signal cuts out, it's because we done stepped into new grounds where the people don't believe in themselves. They only believe in power and controlling other people. What's up, okay, man? I'm doing well. Actually, the workplace don't open up for another few hours. So actually, let me go step back into the area where we're not getting our foreheads beamed on. All right. So again, being a starseed is just knowing who you are inherently and not forgetting it. Like, stop trying to mock somebody else and stop trying to be like someone else. And again, back to the moral beliefs. A lot of us, we forget that religion don't matter. Connection to spirit and source is what matters. Now, I'm not saying be an atheist, right? I'm saying religion is not going to save you. You could say 25 Hail Marys and 65 Our Fathers and still go and smoke crack and go to what you feel like hell is. So religion doesn't matter. What matters is, oh, I'm connected to source. I'm connected to me. I know who I am. I'm me. I'm not you. So I'm going to enjoy being the best version of myself. And no one can stop me from doing that. Like, you see how a guy just randomly is following me? Being that person is not who you want to be in America today. We're healing, growing, and building. We don't want to be the person who randomly stands around and then tries to third eye somebody because they're having a live where they're approaching people and helping people be their best selves. Who wants to knock down a motivational speaker? Someone who's not motivated to be them best selves. You don't want to be that guy back there. When you alter your natural look that God made you, you hate yourself unless you look like the world. Exactly. Like, to want to, oh, I got to get the best goggles since 2000. Like, boy, where did you buy that from? That's not even you. That's some company equipment that you're using to get the job done. You're using somebody else's brain to try to fry me. That's why it's not working for you, because it's not yours. It's not yours. You're trying to jagger swag somebody else, and you're trying to convince me to not be my best self and not to love myself. Like, as soon as my views went down to 16, right? I saw the views go down to 16. As soon as I turned around, I said, let me not go to this neighborhood. Let me go over here. Let me go back over here where things is cool. Everything jumped back up to 32 viewers. So really, people be trying to block you from being your best self. Like, people really be hating the fact that you really are actually who you say you are. You're really doing the work. You're really jumping over all the hurdles. You're really doing what you need to do to grow. And people don't like that. They're like, the homeless woman who got Nipsey braids in her hair? Who is she? I make 6 figures. Why does she get to say what she wants to say and make me feel small? Because you deserve to feel small if you feel like you need to make me small. I don't want him to be small. I don't want him to be anything but himself. I'm hoping that what I said to him helps him unlock his mind today and say, maybe today I'm going to go out and be a better human. Instead of trying to beat everybody in the forehead because I think I'm more powerful than everybody and try to be somebody else, I'm going to actually do my best to be my best self. I'm going to do my... Hold on. What was I doing when I was 7? I don't know. I forgot. What's up, y'all? I forgot what I want to do now. So what I'm going to do now is I want to keep growing and keep jumping over the hurdles. I want to keep approaching each testimony that I spit to you guys will be nothing but my actual life. I'm not going to speak on anybody else's life but my own. I'm not going to be like anybody but myself. I'm not going to try to impress anybody but me. And when I keep jumping over these hurdles, I keep hitting that bell, and I keep jumping higher and higher and higher. There ain't no stopping me. It's just growth, personal achievements, personal accomplishments, and being able to maintain. A lot of people can't maintain. See, every day I come on here, I make sure I show up. Whether I'm 30 minutes late, an hour, 30 minutes late, I come and I show up to you guys. I come and I make sure that I'm here. Why? Because I made it my goal to let you guys know that y'all gonna get a motivational something from me before y'all go anywhere. If y'all got work today, y'all gonna come here, y'all gonna get y'all that y'all need, y'all uplift, y'all pick me up, y'all reminder that y'all not doing this for nothing. Y'all can get what y'all need from me. I'm gonna keep pushing the needle. I don't care what nobody else say. It's gonna get done over here. Somebody might try to outwork me, try to outspit me, whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna get it done. I hate people that lie. I know I hate people that lie too, because it's like, what are you lying for? We can see you. Like, the dude gonna sit here and be looking at me like I'm doing something in his neighborhood. Sir, you literally just came and walked your dog beside me. Then I turned around. I said, ooh, I didn't like that feeling in my womb, y'all. I see the dude. You know how white people be doing. They be looking at the ground like they gonna push the button on top of your head. And keep pushing the button, and keep pushing the button, and keep pushing the button. Basically, trying to keep turning the wheel. Right? He was gonna keep pushing that shit. And I see him at the corner of my eye. I said, let me just keep on walking, and he gonna go the other way. He walked around and ended up popping up right here when I came around the fence right there. I'm like, what are you doing right here? He follows me all the way down here, y'all. I just came from all the way down there. I just walked from all the way down. He somehow ends up behind. You're following me. Why? You might as well subscribe to the channel and pay a bill. You get what I'm saying? So, and so look, do you see how my face looked today? It looked different, right? Because see, I left my job, right? And I locked my keys inside my station. So I had to sleep outside my job in fucking Kensington. The space that we just walked out of, where y'all felt that heaviness, that we want to knock you down this, right? So I had to sleep in that. And the way that I woke up and my whole entire face just felt like it was just shit just flying through my face, like every which angle, like something was fucking trying to eat my fucking face up. I said, oh, hell no. One thing for certain, two things for sure. Nah. No. Hell no. Oh, hell no, 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 no. Oh, hell no, 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 no. Because I'm looking at the situation like, if y'all got to sit here and try to stop somebody from being themselves, having the power to influence you or anyone else, what does that make you? I mean, look, you say I'm beautiful today. Shit, my face all extra broken out. I ain't get to exfoliate last night. He was trying to taste vanilla. White people low key love black people. I know they do, but they be trying to do it the wrong way. Like he say, it's cool, right? But it's like, don't be trying to knock me off my rhythm. You like, I don't want you to put me up like that. Like, just listen and appreciate from afar. Don't be trying to touch shit, and don't jump in my car without me inviting you in the book. Like, if I didn't invite you in my car, that's like somebody driving fast and you looking at them drive fast. Ooh, let me hop in with you. Sir, maybe when you hop in, you gonna put me right at capacity and the car gonna slow down. Cause who knows who you bringing in the car with you? You might bring 25,000 people with you, and I'm sitting here looking like, oh, and they might be corporate people that might not want to hear shit I got to say. So now you done fucked up the whole entire energy for the rest of the whole damn life for everybody else. Now everybody just felt the whole ship go, woo. Damn spaceship just went, woo. The whole spaceship went, woo. Start shaking and shit. Anyway, my point is this. I'm talking about him. I might be wrong. He could have been actually trying to support. But from the vibe, it just felt like, it immediately felt like missile shot out the sky. Like, oh, third eye just got popped. Like, oh, what you doing, cuz? Like, it didn't feel friendly. You know how when you see somebody and they agree with what you're saying, you feel that resonance? You feel that those chills all over the body, the good chills, not those goosebumps ones like, ooh, it's cold in here. But like those good ones that feel good all over your soul, resonating, being on the same frequency. Yeah, it didn't give that. So that's how I know he wasn't on no good shit. He only had two. No, he had a third one. He just was using one of these ones instead of one of these ones. He didn't get all the way up here. He didn't get up here. See, I was already born right here. I had to climb up. This acne scar is really throwing me off because it's been here for way too long. Like, y'all, I'm so mad. I was in the middle of doing my skin regimen and get my skin. Ooh, look, my hair growing back in the middle, y'all. I'm about to have a widow's peak again. I've always said, like, from afar, it looks like I have a backwards widow's peak, but really it's just my hairline actually right there. It's supposed to be, like, heavy on the baby hairs type shit. It's supposed to be my hairline. They might be white, but they bring a lot of dark energy. Once the frequency is off, don't ever waste your time with them. And that's what I'm realizing. Like, I work at this place called Hair Cuttery, and it mostly serves their community. That's why I said I fell asleep in their neighborhood. My feet hurt so bad right now. Like, and even though I don't necessarily like the dude that I used to talk to, I know that he's still in my energy, and he's probably one of the biggest people in my energy. So it's like I gotta clean off his feet just to make sure he's comfortable, because he's in my energy. And if he's gonna be stuck to me, I gotta make sure he feels some kind of okay. So I gotta clean off his feet. I told y'all I locked my keys inside of my job last night, so I had to sleep outside my job in Kensington. Versus, at least, you know, in my neighborhood and by my grandmother's neighborhood, it's Africans over there. I grew up over there. I'm familiar with the shopping centers over there and everything, and people that work there. I had to sleep next to the place where I work, and it was a bar that was open till 2 o'clock in the morning. Right, drunk people outside my car just carrying on and shit. Like, I said, oh my God, y'all, shout out to my armpit hair finally growing in. Anywho, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's awful. Excuse you. I burped. I thought I spit. Sorry, whatever. It's not that deep. Excuse me. Yeah, you know what? It is gross, because you want to know how it started? I didn't start doing that until I slept over there with all of them, because energy siphoning makes me sick. Probably not, but I just haven't touched up my armpit hair lately. But then again, I stuttered. It probably is. But I'm probably gonna do my armpit hair today. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I got locked out because I usually do everything on Sunday. That's why I started my hair. I washed my hair and blow dried my hair because I was gonna put Bantu knots in my hair and stuff. But I got caught up because I left my keys in there. So I was supposed to be doing everything because it was Sunday. So I was supposed to go to my grandmother's house, because that's when instead of me doing my shower at the gym, I do it at her house. Talk to her. Ooh, get the armpits. You know, zzz, How did you lock your keys inside your workplace? So basically, when we leave at night, we don't have a key to lock up. We have to lock the front door and then walk out the back door to close. Something told me not to go back to work last night, but I was like, I need that $100 for my paycheck next week, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get that $100. But I went and got the little extra $100 because I also went to a yoga thing yesterday, but they actually ended up rescheduling it. I think it's supposed to be for me and my friend to get more acquainted. I don't know. I could be tripping, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But the long story short is, yeah, they open at 9, so I gotta go in there at 9. I mean, luckily I could change my clothes real quick because I definitely had this on when I went in there yesterday. I could change my clothes real quick and be like, yeah, I got locked out last night, so I had to sleep outside in the parking lot in my car. I'm not starting my shift with y'all at 9. I'm about to go take a shower. I'm not about to do... So yeah, I just gotta wait on that and get them keys. And yeah, let me go clean off his other foot, cause how? Now I do have a question. No, I'm not waiting for the bus. I'm just sitting here. I got a question. Do women ever get as tall as men? Well, I mean, like, spiritually, do we ever end up being like on the same level? Because I feel like the guy that I was talking to, right? I feel like I was literally like at his leg level. Like my spiritual ascension kind of like affects his hip bone, so I could be seeing like his spirit over top of me watching me, right? So I could notice and knock up his head, right? I'm like, okay, here's his head up here. All right, cool. And I can see how he's looking down on me because I can see from his eyeball, right? I don't think so, to be honest, unless he's small. I was wondering that because I'm like, when I usually touch his third eye, it's always seeming like it's inside of my hoo-ha. I'm like, why is your third eye inside of my cooch? So I was thinking like maybe he was stuck in there. Or maybe I was taller than him and he was just in my cooch. I don't know. Or maybe he's using my son. I don't know. Anyway, I got 1% of my battery and I got 2 more hours until they open the doors. So I'm about to go, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Y'all have a good day. Oh, remember, here you are heard, seen, and loved.